Welcome to another edition of Fit and Fire. I'm Mark, and I really appreciate you guys stopping by. So before we get into this episode, I just wanted to remind everybody that fitandfire.com is up and running. That website is there to supplement the information that I have in all of my YouTube videos, and it's there to also provide you guys with links to some great deals of the week, some awesome finds that I've found. I've got links to a number of great gun part products, so if you're looking to assemble an AR-15, I've got some stuff there for you guys to check out. And then some other things that I use kind of on an everyday basis, or things that I'm preparing myself to purchase. So by all means, swing by, check that out, and see if there's something there that it can help you. If you'd like to see something on my website, by all means, reach out to me. There's a contact form down at the bottom of the website, or I have other means of getting in touch with me down in the description below. So let's get into this episode. In one of my recent videos, I've got it right here, it's my drill video that I was running the up and back drill. I had a comment come through and ask me what belt rig am I running, and I figured that I'd share that with you guys. It's been a video that I've been wanting to do for quite some time, and I think this was probably a great opportunity to share that with you guys. I'm super excited about this setup. It's done me very well, and let's just get into it. First and foremost, here it is right here. Naturally, I still have my blue Glock sitting in the place of my regular Glock 19 because it's still in the shop, and I've got to pick it up this weekend. I'm super excited to see how that turns out. But this is a Blue Alpha Gear double belt rig. This has been a great setup for me. It may not be for everybody, but for me personally, I really like it because not only can this be used for a kind of go to war type of belt, if you want, a battle belt, if you will, but it could also be a very good option for some of you guys out there who are into competition shooting. So it's extremely rugged. It can kind of stand up on its own, and that's something that I've really enjoyed. Now, like I said, it's a double belt setup. It's their double belt rig, so it's going to be on the higher end of some of the products that they offer. And naturally, I'll have a link to all of this stuff down in the description below. This is the one of few things that I can. So, but as I mentioned, you can pull out the inner belt, and you can actually use this on an every single day basis. It's very low profile, so it would work out very well for you. The great thing about it is if you are out to dinner and you need a little extra room after you get done eating, you can just easily pull this out and adjust as you need to. So that's something that's really, really nice. These are fitted to your waist, so you don't have to worry about buying an oversized belt and then having to cut anything down. You can actually put in your waist size and they will get you a belt exactly to your size, which is something I really enjoy. As you can see on this, it's got the Velcro loop system on the inside, and then the hook system is on the inside of your main belt. So that is where these two connect. So you just loop this through your belt loops on your pants, and then as it comes together, it creates the double belt system, which makes it extremely rigid and allows for a lot of the weight to be evenly distributed around your waist, which is super nice. So that's something that I really enjoyed about this belt. Also, if you're running, like dump pouches or something like that, I had taken mine off here recently, but if you do run dump pouches or first aid pouches or anything like that, they do have MOLLE all around for you to loop that stuff through. So that's pretty cool. And then the other really cool thing that it has is it has a little D-ring right here on the front. So you guys with the 101st Airborne that want to take this on aerosol operations, you can do that as well. I'm just kidding, but if you wanted to, you definitely could. So, or what you could do is you could hook a carabiner to that, and then one of the old Ranger tricks, not that I was in the Rangers or anything like that, but one of the old Rangers tricks is you take a little loop of 550 cord and put it on the base plate of your magazines, and then you could hook it in to your carabiner and not have to worry about losing your magazines. Just something if you guys are interested in, you can do that as well. All right, so the next thing that I wanted to get into were my magazine holsters. So this is kind of something that maybe a lot of people haven't seen before. It's actually a fairly new company to the market, and I think that they have a really cool design on their magazine holsters. Now, these are pretty rigid. These may not be for everybody, but one of the great things that I like about it is the fact that these are rigid. They're strong, thick Kydex, and you don't have to worry about these mashing down like you would with, like, say, a taco pouch, right? Taco pouches kind of can get skewed and mashed down, and then when you're trying to place a magazine back into it, into a taco pouch, then it can be kind of difficult to get that back in there. So Onix Defensive has developed this style of magazine pouch, magazine holster, and it allows you to pull it out and it stays exactly the way you want it and put it right back in. So if you're doing, say, like an administrative reload or a tactical reload, you can just pull this out, reload, and then place your ammunition, or your magazine rather, back into that holster. You don't even have to look down. If you're used to, you know, reholstering your pistol without looking down, which a lot of trainers will teach that, you can do the same thing with your magazines as well. One of the other great things about Onix Defensive is that they utilize the Blade Tech clamp on the back side. So as you can see here with this one, they've actually canted this to, say, a 45-degree angle. So when you clip it into your belt, you don't have to be on your left side. You can be on your dominant side or your right side if you're right-handed, to allow you to do a cross draw on a magazine if you needed to. If you needed that little extra space on the side, then you could definitely do that. So that's something else that I really, really like. Now, these holsters here have the kind of drop leg style setup. You don't have to have that. You can actually, as you can see on this one, you can attach it directly. So if you like it to have it a little bit higher on your belt, you can do that. I like the drop leg myself. It's just easier for me to get my arm down. I don't have to worry about cranking my arm so far up, especially with my shoulder issues as well. So that's another great thing that I like about it. Now, like I said, Onix Defensive is a newer company, so they're still trying to figure out some of the different quirks with this. As you can see, this takes up a lot of real estate on your belt rig, and that's one of the things that they're looking into right now. They're looking at ways to reduce the size of this magazine holster. They're looking into double magazine holsters that would greatly reduce the amount of room that it takes, and some different designs and stuff like that. So again, multicam, you don't have to get multicam. They have black, coyote brown, whatever. You can just check it out. I've got a link to it down in the description below. But one of the great things that I love about Onix Defensive is the fact that they're partnering with law enforcement on their products. They've sent out a lot of their products to law enforcement, and they are trying to get feedback from those institutions to find ways to improve it. So right off the bat, though, I really like the fact that it's rigid, and you can really get a good purchase off of that magazine as you draw it out. One of the other great holsters that are out there is the Hsgi taco pouches, and a lot of people like them, and there's nothing wrong with these. These are great. However, one of the things, like I've mentioned, I like about the Onix Defensive holsters is that they're rigid. So you don't have to worry about this collapsing in on itself. It comes out, you're good, right back in, you're good, right? So with the taco pouch, and this is probably not going to come out on camera very well, but as you can see, right, you're going to have to sit there and fiddle with it and then push it in, right? The other great thing about it is, as you can see, you don't have much space to put your hand on that magazine. There's not much real estate to get a good purchase with your hand on it. So you could easily slip your hand off if your hands are wet, sweaty, covered in blood, whatever the case may be. So one of the things that I like also about Onix Defensive is the fact that you have that much more room in comparison. So as you can see, kind of side by side, the HGSI taco pouch and the Onix Defensive Freedom Crate is what they call them. You can get that much more purchase on that magazine as you're reaching down and grabbing it. So I just want to do a side by side. I'll get close-ups so you guys can see that a little bit better. All right, so let's get into the holster setup right here. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of Safariland. I've got a review of some of their new products from SHOT Show right here if you guys are interested. So go ahead and check that out. They're great. They make great stuff. I really love everything that they do. So with that being said, the pistol holster is the 7378 7TS ALS holster. I know that's a mouthful, but basically what that says is it's a Glock 19 holster, and it has the thumb lever retention on this. So it is level 2 retention, right? The thumb actually goes right into that lever each and every single time, and it's far superior than, say, a Black Hawk Serpa holster, one of the ones that I just cannot stand. Yes, I fell prey to it. I thought that that was kind of the tactical thing to have, but Safariland, far better, far safer. You don't have to worry about getting your finger into the trigger well as you're actuating the retention, right? So the next thing that I've got going on is their mid-length drop leg bracket, and that goes into the Safariland QLS system, or the Quick Lock system. And what that allows you to do is pull your holster directly out of the bracket, and you can switch out with another holster design. Say if you run Glocks and 1911s, or Glocks and say CZs, or Glocks and Smith & Wessons, whatever combination of pistols that you guys run, you can just buy the holster with the clips and then switch them out, which is super cool. In case you're out at the range and you want to swap things out and try different types of pistols and certain drills that you're running, you have the ability to do that. So that's the setup that I have for my belt. I'd love to hear what kind of system that you guys have. Sound off in the comment section down below. Let me know what kind of rigs you guys run. I'd love to hear about some of the different products that you're using. If these are products that you've never heard before, or you'd like to get a closer look at, again, I've got links to all of them down below, whether that be Blue, Alpha Gear, Onix Defensive, or Safariland. All three of them get my stamp of approval. I think that they're great companies. They will not steer you wrong with their products. With that being said, that's really all I got this time. I really do appreciate you guys swinging by. Again, check me out at fitandfire.com. I've got links to all of my social media contacts as well. And if you guys are interested in sending me an email, my email address is down below as well. Again, that's it. Appreciate it, guys. Here comes a high five. You ready? Here we go. Bye. If you made it this far in the video, then I'd really appreciate you guys would consider subscribing. You can do that right here. Or if you want to check out some other videos that I've got going, check them out right here. If you like the hoodies and shirts that I'm wearing, that's Revolutionary Patriot. I got a link to their website down in the description below with a discount code. And as always, keep on dropping those bells and shells. Thanks, y'all.